Welcome back to IBPC Inspire. In part 1, we traced Mr. Ramesh Ramakrishnan's extraordinary journey from his early years in Bombay to transforming Transworld into a global leader in shipping and logistics. Today, we turn from milestones to meaning. In the second part, we will explore the philosophy that shapes his leadership, his reflections on family and legacy, and his message for IBPC members and their families about building purposeful lives and enterprises. You often speak of 3 guiding principles: passion, persistence, and perseverance. Why do these 3 stand out to you, and how have they anchored you across the highs and lows of your journey?
Thank you for that question, Ramesh. Passion, perseverance, persistence, these are extremely important in our day-to-day work as well. I believe that anything that you want to succeed or you want to achieve, it starts with passion. You got to be passionate about it. And just by being passionate, it is not going to give you the results. It'll just be a pipe dream. But you got to go on dreaming, have that passion all the time built into you, and then have that persistent belief that these are achievable, these are doable, and you start following through and through. And I believe that this is a message. I want to share this, if you don't mind, with today's youngsters.
Indeed.
It is important that the foundation is very strong. It is not enough to think that you are able to create something and get some VCs or PEs to come in and start investing, and you start moving out of it. I'm not against that model, but I believe true entrepreneurship comes out of the fact that you got to have the passion, persistence, and persevere whatever you take up to do. And that's very, very important. And I think if that is missed out somewhere, then I think you will find that the results are not going to show as much as where or what it should be. So to me, this is something which is cast in stone, which I strongly believe in. And this is a mantra in our organization. So these 3 things motivates me, drives me, energizes me.
Great. Your father had taught you to always deliver what you promise. How do you ensure that this principle still guides Transworld today?
Absolutely. The legacy, what my father taught me today, even I can say that is exactly what drives me every day. Taking care of your people, You have to be an organization that should not only report profits of what it is generating at the P&L level. It is how much you're able to touch people's lives, how much you're able to share prosperity with people. I think that's what is going to differentiate. And this is the value that we learned. And we continue to do this day in and out. The ESGs, the philanthropy, the charity that we do within the family and the organization is simply significant. And it's not just us. It's the people who are attached to us, who are connected to us. All of them are so passionate in what we try and do every day. And I think this is something which is there in the DNA of everybody. The values that we have imbibed is the one that's driving us even today. And this is getting passed on to the next generations, the new joinees who comes into Transworld. All of them have to go through this very strongly to start handling the day-to-day affairs. And this ensures us to also deliver and live up to the promise that we make.
Yeah, indeed. Transworld has been consistently ranked as a great place to work. How do you create a culture where every employee feels respected and motivated?
Yeah, thanks for that, Ramesh. Again, as I said, the organization ethos is very different in the sense that I cannot claim that we are a complete family-owned or managed organization, in as much as I cannot say we are a completely professional organization. The ethos is very different. The ethos combines the family closeness and the professionalism that is needed by a corporatized outfit. So we virtually know every individual's name, the parents, the wife, the birthday, the anniversary, the children, which school they go to. Everything is known so closely by the entire management, including me. It's that warmth, that friendliness, and that leadership, that mentoring that you can do to your people. Of course, you have to use carrot and you need to guide them. If they go wrong, take them to task. But it doesn't mean you show them the door, but you still have to nurture them, train them, give them all the inputs that is needed. So this warmth, this kind of a relationship is what creates and differentiates in the culture that we have built. And I'm very proud of what we have built as a Transworld culture.
Great. You've emphasized that execution is more important than strategy. How do you keep a large global organization constantly aligned and delivering?
It's important because, just to sort of give you a little bit of, I always tell my people that you don't need to really have an eyesight to have a vision. Incidentally, my father was very young and he lost his eyes, 100% of his eyesight on his left, and he had 20% on the right when he was about 27, 28. But that did not deter him and give him the self-belief to build an organization that he created in the initial phases. So to me, that vision is so, so important. And in our organization, we have very clearly set up goals, smaller goals. Responsibilities are very well defined. People have to deliver within the promises that they have set. Customer first is a mantra. You cannot be sort of disengaging yourself from that. You've got to live up to that. You've got to understand what is it that we have to do, what is it that is expected from you. So these are all very closely monitored with technology today driving what is really required. And that's been the way that we've been growing. We've been investing quite a bit in technology, and that's really helping us to closely monitor performances.
Wonderful. Your children, Ritesh and Anisha, both of whom I've had the privilege and pleasure of knowing and interacting over the years, play important roles in the business and the family office.
Yes.
Your wife, Mrs. Geeta, has long been an integral part in your journey, with her contribution to Transworld shaping the company in many ways. What aspirations do you both carry for the family's legacy?
Absolutely. Geeta has been a very strong influencer in the family. I think she has her feet strongly on the ground. Sometimes, we have a tendency to slightly float from what we do, but she's always got the ability to pull us, keep us down on the ground. And between us, we are very clear in terms of what the children should be doing. So we have, over a period of time, we have kind of arrived at a scenario where the legacy gets passed on to both of them, and they know exactly what they have to do. There is no stepping on each other's feet. They run whatever is given to them or asked to be kind of looked at. And they all, again, have that aspiration to build it and make it very, very strong. I'm super proud to say that Ritesh has taken on this mantle, great responsibility, and he continues to drive it with the same level of passion on a day-to-day. On the other hand, Anisha has got a passion towards CSR and ESG, and she runs the family office as well. So they both do that with passion. They are all supported, again, with great teams to work along with. And as parents, we couldn't have asked anything better than that. So we just discuss with them, we share what we have as a family, what we think we should be doing. It's all done over a table when we have a lunch and dinner. We talk about all of these things, understood very well, and they go out and start executing absolutely to the T. Execution is obviously the key.
Okay. Knock on wood for that.
Thank you.
You describe life as a wheel with 6 spokes: work, family, health, friends, spirituality, and knowledge.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on this model, and especially how, despite 6 spokes, you keep the wheel moving very smoothly?
Introspection is very important. The moment we begin to believe that I'm right and I don't need to really look at what I have done, I think you're heading towards a potential knocked down somewhere. So to me, the principle of this, it's like a cycle wheel. You can have 6 different spokes, and it is important you start nourishing and fulfilling them, each of them every day. The moment you see that one of the spoke is heavily being backed, you'll suddenly find the wheels are not going to move. So it's important that you nurture them, whether it's friendship, whether it's spirituality, whether it's your family, whether it's your health, whether it's business, whether it's knowledge. All of them needs to be kind of fueled every day to a point that these are very well balanced. So all that gives you the strength and the ability for the wheel to roll faster and faster and faster. If you stop nourishing any one of the spoke, you know how the cycle wheel can buckle. That's the most important thing. You got to be there when your kids' sports day. You got to be there to see them and cheer them. You cannot say that I have a meeting that is more important. At the same time, you schedule it in such a way that you are also not missing out on those opportunities. So everything needs to be nourished. That's what, to me, the wheel of life is.
And yet, within this tightrope walking with 6 spokes, you found time to expand your business interests outside of shipping into airlines, into food processing, and now lately into film production.
Yeah.
What drives you to venture out and take these bold decisions, risks, if I may add?
Well, it's not a significant risk. The reason I tell you is, to me, as you have also been in the shipping industry, I believe that no matter what happens, 80% of the global trade will have to move by ships. So shipping is not going to disappear. So you've got to be strongly, that's your core. You've got to be strongly entrenched in that. As long as human lives, this is my thought process, as long as human lives are around, food is always going to be needed. And there are challenges everywhere, whether it's you talk about global warming to water availability, you talk about anything. It is a challenge, and food is going to be more and more in demand. And that is one of the reasons we said that we will set up a food processing in India, which is one of the largest food production countries in the world. And we are able to have that placed in a place called Baroda. We are setting up a few more units in the other parts of India. Again, here in Dubai, we are having, we will have a very, very large distribution center come next year. So it all is again in a backward and a forward integrated, connected business. It is not disconnected. Shipping, food, logistics, distribution, warehousing, value addition, last mile deliveries, everything, if you look at, is one way or the other is connected. Other than the movie production that you mentioned in the end, which is one of the dreams I always used to have for some years, that I wanted to produce a movie and go through the experience. It's not the end product. I want to go through that experience. And I love it. And I've done it one time. It's a very exciting phase. And I don't think I'll do it a second time.
Oh, really? Okay. That's news. Wonderful. Looking ahead, what excites you most, whether in shipping, new ventures, or mentoring the new generation? And what would you like to leave us with as a guiding thought?
For me, never take the eye off the ball. The core is extremely important. You've got to stay focused. Diversification, multiple business are all very fashionable words. But taking your eye off the ball, I think, is the most dangerous thing. Got to stick to your core. At the same time, realize what is not yielding. You should be able to pull it out. To me, it's exciting to get into integrated businesses new by the day. We want to do more and more things which is helping people and touching people's lives. If you are able to do that carefully, successfully, I think we would have arrived at. I think, to me, burning cash is not the way to do business. It's important that you conserve money. Innovation is on one side. The other thing is to be careful about it. If you're getting somebody else's money, you have to be doubly responsible.
Indeed.
To ensure you're giving them sufficient amount of rewards. To me, it's important to stay focused, stay anchored, stay with your core, and have that passion to build it into a large organization. Then, of course, you will find many people coming to you or wanting to come to you, and do many things. That's important. That amount of time that you have to give in cannot be taken away. That's the definite mantra that I can sort of speak about.
Ramesh ji, on behalf of IBPC, our members and their families, thank you for sharing not just your time, but also your philosophy. You've reminded us that true leadership is not only about steering ships across the oceans, but also about steering people with integrity, values, and vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. I really want to thank IBPC for giving me this great opportunity. And I hope whatever I spoke will be heard well and understood well. And thank you so much again for giving me this space and time today. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure is all ours.
Thank you so much.
To our audience, thank you for joining us. This has been IBPC Inspire. Until next time, may your journeys be purposeful, your families be your anchor, and may you find calm seas ahead.